Go.
Salute. How y'all doing? My name is Derrick Williams. I'm back at y'all again with another video. Just one boy in the comments section on YouTube. As you know, at least from what I see in media, pop culture, everywhere, we're having what's commonly referred to as the gay agenda being just, it's everywhere. It's being rammed down our throats. Even the DC universe is something that I watch. There's a show that comes on called DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and one of the lead characters in that show is a lesbian. All right, I believe on Supergirl, her sister is a lesbian. Cartoon Network had, I don't think the show is on now, but they had a transgendered superhero. I'm sure a lot of you all have heard earlier this year where you had a drag queen actually doing reading classes for kindergartners. One kindergartner, in fact, was brought out in drag. This was a little boy. He couldn't have been no more than maybe 10. I'm originally from Mississippi, the Bible Belt, and that's just something coming up they did not play. That's something we heard about, but we actually never saw. That was something we saw on TV. And really all I can say about that is you can blame me for being ignorant, lack of being progressive, whatever you want to call it, but that lifestyle or that choice or whatever you call it, that dog just don't hunt for me. Now, if those who will watch this in the future have a problem with it, well, I'm very sorry. Everyone has a problem with something, but that's just my stance, and I just want to speak about it. Those of you all who are Christian, I believe in the book of Leviticus, it has a quote in there saying, you know, man shall not lay with man, lest that be an abomination. Now, again, I'm not a Bible scholar, but that quote has been thrown out anytime you have someone or dealing with homosexuality. A lot of people just have an issue with that. For one, it's anti-human. We all know that two men or two women cannot produce a child, and you're effectively squashing humanity when you don't populate the planet. Well, to do that, you need a man and a woman. Pope Francis was on tape recently. Well, I'm sorry, he was being quoted as saying, he told a gay man by the name of Mr. Cruz, and he was in Chile, and he said, God made you that way, and he loves you. Now, the Pope is supposed to be the top dog in all of Christianity, but he's actually co-signing a lifestyle or a choice or whatever phrase you choose to use it. I would think that that would be some type of conflict of interest when you have the top dog using quotes like this. He also went on to say later with regards to the pedophilia scandal that's going on, and it seems like that never stops. He actually called, he also said that the great accuser, which for them, for Catholics, the great accuser is Satan. He actually said that, hold on one second, I'm going to read you the quote here. It says, in these times, it seems like the great accuser has been unchained and is attacking bishops. True, we all are sinners, we bishops. He tries to uncover the sins so they are visible in order to scandalize the people. What he's saying is that people who were molested by bishops, priests, even nuns, the devil made you all, the people who were victimized, the devil made you all step out and want to ask questions. I've never been molested, so I can't speak to the hurt and pain of someone who has been molested. I can't speak to that pain. But I can speak for my daughter. I have a 13-year-old daughter. And I've said in comment section, I've said it all over the place. If you touch mine, I will make the front page of the Philadelphia Daily News. We're going to see somebody. My daughter's laughing, but I'm dead serious. You're not going to touch mine. But when the top dog in all of Christianity says that the devil is making the victims come out and want to ask questions, I just have an issue with that. I don't know. And again, those of you all who watch this video in the future, you judge whether or not that was cool for the top dog in Christianity to say. On my next topic is we're going to the land of 10,000 lakes. That would be the Kashmir Queens state, Minnesota. Keith Ellison is the first Muslim to be to be elected into the U.S. Congress. He's also a black man. Well, he's also under fire for beating up his ex-girlfriend. Her name is Karen Monahan. Her son, Austin, went on Twitter and said this: I was using my mom's computer trying to download something, and I clicked on a file. I found over 100 text messages and Twitter messages and a video almost two minutes long that showed Keith Ellison dragging my mama out of the bed, screaming, calling her a effing B, and telling her to get the F out of the house. This man is now saying that she made it up. Actually, he had a attorney general debate because he's running for attorney general in the state of Minnesota, and he said that she's making it up. Well, she went on to say, I checked it today, she said that she would be willing to go in an interrogation room with other people, with Mr. Ellison in the room. And of course, he declined that offer. Also, we have this gentleman. This is hilarious. This gentleman is running for a seat. He's a politician. He's an organic farmer out of Minnesota. And I want to read to you what he said. Mr. Green, an organic farmer, created a seemingly normal campaign video until he boldly claimed, and I quote, I want to be your state representative. I want to be your public servant. And I want to be your... My daughter...
I'm sorry.
He says he wants to be your okay? Now, without a doubt, I never been taken out by a who couldn't figure how to pull a gun trigger. Get out of here. He wants to be your This is actual facts. My daughter will drop the link for that video in the description box. Again, his name is Mr. Kyle Green out of the Cash Me Out Queen State, Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes. Now, I want to finish up with this last bit of news. But before I do, I want to just veer away for a second. I wanted to congratulate my girl, Sugar Sister Stacy, out of the DMV. She was just made a moderator in Mr. Hassan Campbell's chat room. Salute to you, sister. And also, I just moved up to 105 subscribers. Shout out to Miss Lena Smith for subscribing. Thank you very much. Now, my last point is a very serious one. And this has ramifications for you, your child, and preceding generations. This is planetary in nature. There is a research facility at the France-Switzerland border, right outside of Geneva, Switzerland, called CERN. And CERN is basically it's called the European Organization for Nuclear Research. And what they do there is that they have a 19-mile loop, and what they do, they inject particles in it, and they shoot these particles around at light speed, and it's called a particle accelerator. For those of you who watch science fiction, you know the Flash was created by a particle accelerator explosion, dark matter and things of that nature. Okay? Well, the problem, and also, CERN is also taking credit for finding what's called the Higgs boson, also known as the God particle. And this is what they believe, this is what they postulate, it started creation and not the Big Bang theory. Not the Big Bang. And the instrument that they use for the particle acceleration is called the LHC, or the Large Hadron Collider. So again, this is a place, again, this is a research facility. Scholars from all over the world, researchers go there from all over the world researching and trying to find, they smash particles together and they record and observe the effects. All right. Well, this is where it gets kind of interesting, because the problem with the particle accelerator is that many people believe that should this thing blow up, in theory, it could cause a black hole or a strangelet, meaning that the entire planet would collapse in on itself. This is real. This is a real danger. In Hassan Campbell's chat a couple of weeks ago, or last week, I'm sorry, someone said that HAARP is real. I would argue that CERN is a more darker, sinister, more deep threat to our planet than heart will ever be. Because you can modify the weather. We don't know what we'll get from that. Then that's the reason why they have all these dystopic films like The Day After Tomorrow, Geostorm, things like that. But if this thing should go rogue or someone pushes a wrong button, things like that, you can actually make the planet envelop on itself, and you're going to create a black hole with that. Also, I want you to watch this. In 2004, the Indian government gave CERN a statue called Shiva. Shiva in the Hindu beliefs is the destroyer. This is a picture of Shiva. This is right outside of CERN. You can walk to it as soon as you come up on the CERN research facility. You can see this statue. And in that belief system, Shiva creates the world and eventually extinguishes it. And you have to wonder, why would the Indian government donate a statue like this to CERN? But again, a lot of people, these things are all over the internet where people are concerned about something happening at CERN, and you can actually blow up the planet from the inside. It would actually pancake upon itself. So again, these are things you want to look at. My daughter again will drop that link in with what Mr. Green said that he wants to be for you, the great state of Minnesota. Cash me out, Queen, holla at me. Again, this is Derrick Williams. Y'all take care of yourself. Greenville, Mississippi till I die.